afternoon, good evening, good morning, folks. This is your man, Low George Page, aka the Emperor of Female Body Talk, coming to you live on YouTube, folks. The full week of the new year. This is officially the full week of 2025. The last week was a piece of week. You had the last few days of 2024, and then you had the first few days of 2025, and now this is the full official week of the new year. So, folks, thank you for coming through. Appreciate your time. We have here the lovely lady, and she recently turned pro a couple months ago, last year. Can you believe it? Last year? That's flight. And she earned two pro cards at the North Americans. We have here the lovely Mrs. Talia Fiege, and
That
we welcome her and thank you for her time. And we often is this, madam. I like to ask you ladies. I often want to ask you ladies a question. What got yourself started in the sport, as I call it, muscle and masculinity? Please share.
I lifted for a long time just because I enjoyed it. And I've always been into something, I guess, along those lines. So I was kickboxing. From kickboxing, they sponsored my demolition derby car. So I drove demolition derby. I actually got hurt and then was in a physical therapy office and met a guy who trained me for bikini. So we're talking years ago. But I never had the guts to stand up on stage and do it. But I enjoyed the working out of it. So it just took me a few years building, and my body responded to adding muscle very easily. And people started asking me daily if I competed, and I just figured, you know what? Why not? Why am I not doing this? I'm already doing all the work. So that's when I started, December 2022, and that was my first show, the Excalibur. So I don't know. It
Like I
just kind
said,
of got me being on stage. I was like, okay, I can do this, and I placed well and just continued.
well, it's some background. Doing kickboxing, and they get a demolition derby. I mean, crashing cars. I remember, I used to remember as a kid, you saw shows coming from Sunday, coming to the
Yeah.
Sunday theater. So, those were classics, like Bigfoot and, all those little guys. Yeah. And how long was you doing demolition before the injury?
Well, I did it for a couple of years. The injury is actually from kickboxing. I
Mhm.
blew my knee out, so that was fun.
So you as a big, was you ever competitive? Did you ever compete as a pro, or were you just mostly amateur when you were doing kickboxing?
Oh no, it was more for fun.
So you
I
never got
never
into
did
the
anything
ring.
pro.
You never got in the
No,
ring.
no. I
Like
like
I
my
said,
face. I wanted to keep it that way.
well, you're not the first lady. I know quite a few ladies who got into combat sports before they got into bodybuilding. Some made it to a career out of it. Others just did it because it was a way to get healthy and get in shape.
Yeah,
Yeah, it is. But I know I'm saying you don't want to, like I said, you don't want anybody to punch you in the nose and be like, So
exactly.
yeah, and then you get kicked in the head. I mean, it's tough.
I have a job I have to think for, so
Yeah, you want to be like you're like Rocky Balboa.
exactly.
For the kid. You just
Too funny.
right here we got here Jedi. I think it's Louis. I believe he says Taya is the best.
No,
Yeah. Thank you for coming through.
thank
Appreciate
you.
that. Yeah. So now you started 2022 was your first show. That was this
Mhm.
caliber. What was that feeling like on stage? Because you think about it, we see y'all on stage, we see these buff bodies, vascular in shape, but then don't realize what it takes you to get there.
So again, because I had trained for this for so long anyways, the build to get there wasn't hard. Diet's never been an issue for me. I can eat the same thing every day and I'm fine doing that. And it's just, I guess it's part of the routine, so I'm used to it. I think it was more the nerves of being on stage and vulnerable and opening yourself up to be judged by people you don't know. And how are you going to be perceived by these other people? Who is your competition that you're with? And I think it was just nervous standing there. But when it was all over, the lights were so bright. I realized I really couldn't see anybody, anyways. I just did my routine that I had practiced, and away I went. And it wasn't nearly as bad as I thought it would or was going to be. So I just, like I said, continued with it. And I still get nervous stepping on the stage at any show, but you go and you do what you know and you do your best and see what happens.
Yeah, it takes a lot of courage to do what you men and women do as competitors, especially for y'all women, because you go out there, you're pretty much halfway naked. You're tired, you're dehydrated. You know, but you gotta bring a presentation of both muscle and femininity. I
Hmm.
think, and especially there's so much work involved with it. Most people, when you think about bodybuilders, it's like you think about two people. That's Arnold Schwarzenegger, Lou Ferrigno, the Incredible Hulk, and the Terminator,
Hmm.
and they don't understand what takes there to get there. Diet, consistency, persistence. Following a plan, especially when you are working with a coach. And trying to figure out what things are best for you in your process.
Yep. Yep, and I've gone through a couple different coaches. My first coach was awesome. We, did exactly what we set out to do, and that was great. I think he went through a little bit of something personal on his own and didn't feel that he could get me to the next level, which was unfortunate because, we went into business together too, doing meal prep stuff. So I really understand the aspect of nutrition and all that behind all of this too. So I picked up a new coach. They have been amazing. Him and his wife are great, and they pushed me to the next level. And now I said 2025 pro stage. This is gonna be fun.
So, you just said announced that you're gonna make your pro debut 2025.
I will for sure. We haven't picked a date or a show yet, but yes, it's definitely coming.
Well, if you have not saw the list yet, well, there's a couple of shows, especially for women's physique, that are really put up some big money. Texas
Hmm.
Pro, that's even though you can crack the top 10, still get $1,000. And just saw recently that the Pittsburgh Pro is pulling up $10,000 for first
I saw
place.
that one.
Yeah, but this year some shows have kicked women's physique out of their shows. I think one that's out is one that's two ladies I had the opportunity to talk to as they were the last champions,
Mhm.
Marika Jones and Yvonne Pennington. That was in St. Louis and the Legion Sports Festival, and saw that the Triple O Dynasty is not having women's physique this year because of a sponsorship. It might change. We never know.
Okay. Yeah, we'll
Yeah.
definitely keep an eye out. Like I said, I trust my coaches now, and they know what's best, and they know all the shows, and I'm not their only competitor too, which makes me happy. So they're very familiar with the arena, and we'll figure out something good for me.
Okay. And what's the name of your coaches and how long y'all been together?
So I started posing with Kim Harris. They know her as Kim Baby Doll. She is an IFBB pro as well. She helped me pose for my 2023 Excalibur show. And after that, I decided I was going to pick up them as a team. So her husband, Terry Hairston, and his partner, James Juge, they do help do everything for me. So
That's good.
as far as training goes, I do all my own training. They just dial me in. They get my nutrition down to the very last second, all the specifics, and we do check-ins every week just to see I'm on track and where I'm supposed to be and where we need to go. And then obviously posing that in itself is, I think that was the hardest part of all this for me, was learning the posing and making sure I was hitting it correctly every time.
Yeah,
So
that thing
yeah.
is posing is a very important part, especially when you are competing, because it's women's physique, the men's bodybuilding, like men's open, men's physique. Those are the few divisions where you poses, where you get figure, because you did hit figure before.
Hmm.
That was you don't have to do any pose, you just got to turn around, turn around, turn around, and then you got to wear the high heels.
Yep.
And I'm quite few ladies I talked to say they were happy to kick those high heels out.
Oh, you have
They
no idea.
I have heard stories, especially where one lady told me like what she used to do because she used to take her blow dryer and just put around the so could get a shoe foot in it because she had a wide foot.
Oh,
Yeah,
loosen it up a bit.
I've been doing this for a while. I've been hearing stories. Oh, we
Yeah.
got here with my man Lawrence Perkins. Shout out to Lawrence. He says, "Good afternoon, Talia, George, and Jedi. Thank you, brother." Also, my man Jedi says, uh, is she an IFB Pro? Yes, she is Jedi. She got a pro card at the North Americans, was it last year, a few months
Yep.
ago.
August.
And yeah, you were competing both in physique and
I
women's
did
bodybuilding.
a triple crossover at that show. I had signed up for figure because that's what I had done. I was actually at the show in July in Pittsburgh doing figure, and I placed second. And I said, you know what? That's not good enough. I'm coming back. So I held for 6 weeks, had already signed up for figure, and then we decided in between that 6 week period that I was going to do physique. So I signed up for physique, and not even kidding, the day before the show at check-ins, I decided to do women's bodybuilding too. And I ended up placing third in women's heavyweight bodybuilding at that show also. So no, I did three. It was
Yeah.
awesome. It was just really funny to come in so like far behind what I'm used to in figure. But at the same time, at least the judges told me what category I was supposed to be in, and I'm happy to take over physique. That's good.
Yeah, the judges can be hit and miss, especially for competitors. So, like Jennifer Rudolph, she won the overall and the title at that show. I interviewed her a while back.
Yes.
She got pro cars in that, and
I got
especially
a chance to
how,
meet her too.
yeah,
She was cool.
yeah, the divisions are starting. Like Rizik was created was supposed to be a substitute to women's bodybuilding, but if you look at it now, it's so easy to cross over because I've seen women doing from figure to physique, from physique to women's bodybuilding. I even had a lady who was on here. She got her pro card national. She did both figure and wellness, and
Oh,
you see now they're putting out the new uh fit model division. Excuse my
mm-hmm.
excuse. So I'm not a fan of that personally. I think it's just going to be one of the divisions that's going to evolve with the sport.
Which is true. I feel like they've been trying to get more people interested in the sport, and even some of these bikini girls were just looking like they were out of someone's league of being able to do this. So, I mean, I guess they're opening it up to, more people to be involved, but at the same time, I mean, this is a sport. I mean, you kind of want to be at that level to be able to compete. So, yeah, I have mixed feelings about it too, but
Mhm, mhm.
it's
Well, like I said,
business.
yeah, it's obviously trying to get money, but everybody can't be a bodybuilder. Everybody
No.
can't do what y'all do. Like Ronnie Coleman says, everybody want to be a bodybuilder. No one ever as heavy as weight. We have here a comment from my man Jedi. He says, uh, "What's your favorite division?" So, like I said, he did all three at the North Americas. Which is the one you like the most?
Physique. Yeah, I really enjoyed it. I'll
Yeah.
stick with that one this year for sure.
Yeah, I face a lot easier division. You don't have to get as big as women's bodybuilding. You don't have to put on the high heels like the other divisions, and it has a certain look about condition, athleticism. But like I
Yes.
said again, the divisions is starting to meld a bit where sometimes you can't tell the difference between physique and women bodybuilders, where even though it's a size thing, but still
Right.
it's so easy to cross over, especially as an amateur.
Which is true. Yeah. So no, this is definitely the next level. I just think it showcases everything so much better than figure ever did for me. I know I have the conditioning and I know I have the definition, so it's kind of fun to show it.
Yeah. Also, we got a comment from Jedi. He says, uh, is she sponsored? So are you a sponsored athlete?
I am not at the moment. I would love to get a sponsorship this year. That's actually my main goal. So hopefully that will happen.
Well, I think a lot of competitors want to be sponsored because it helps the cost of because one thing is to keep saying this. For if you look at the divisions between the men and the women, the guys, all you gotta do is wear a pair of banana hammocks and board shorts and tan. And that's it. With you
Yep.
ladies, you have to have a presentation. I remember back then when Bobby used to be, y'all have fancy suits. Y'all just have basic looking suit, not too fancy. I mean, something like maybe
Right.
a little pleather, something a little like satin looking. But now
Right.
the suits designs are very sparkly,
Yep.
different styles. Then also factoring stuff like the hair, the makeup, tanning. You
Yeah.
also have to have your coaches and then travel and food and expense and so much that's involved with it.
Very
You
expensive.
know, yeah, it's very expensive. And it costs so much. And you have to really love this to do it.
Yes. Yep.
Mm.
Like I said, I was doing this well before I was doing this. It was just getting the courage to go up on stage and actually perform because that's what it is. It's a performance. So,
Yeah, yeah. Here we get here a comment from my man Jedi says, did she ever think she'd come into far in bodybuilding? So you ever think you would have like I think basically like you ever think you would have became a pro because you only like I said, you only been competing for barely a couple years, but you've been training for a long
yeah.
time.
Yeah. So, I think it was after that first show that's really what got the bug. I was like, okay, I can do this. So, after training that whole next year, I actually had a double hernia repair the early 2023. So, I got that fixed, competed again at the Excalibur show, like I said, December 2023. And at that moment, I knew I was like, you know what? I'm doing this. I'm going for it. And the more I progressed with Terry and Kim and James, it was just this. It was game on. I knew I was going pro. I had to.
Ooh, heard that hernia surgery. Ooh, right now I'm on the verge of thinking about. I got two bad knees like Stone Cold Steve Austin, and I'm thinking about getting knee surgery. But I do know it's surgery because I have a pacemaker. Had it for about 10 years, and it's tough. Trying to work out and train, dealing with an injury, and
Yep.
you're determined that you want to get back in that stage and get the opportunity to turn pro. We got one more for my man. Lawrence says, Talia, continue loving what you're doing. Your fitness journey will continue to inspire others on the planet, including myself. Thank you, brother. I appreciate
Thank you.
that. He's my
That's
man. I call him the female bodybuilding whisperer. So, folks, while we got her here, we're gonna jump into Talia's social media for a bit. If you
okay.
want to follow her links are in the description of the live. Check her out, support her. But this I don't say this is defending you, Talia. I say this because it's a disclaimer to guys out there. Guys, this is a nice lady. Talia said talk with me. No D pics.
Thank you.
Stop it.
I'm
Get
Lisa.
some help. There's I understand. Hey, I've been doing it for a while, and I've heard stories. And some guys. I mean, I know I'm in my prime time here. I'm a muscle person. Oh, I love y'all ladies. Y'all very just type me. But I know where not to go too far. But some guys can be a bit extreme. So you guys out there, don't do that. Come on,
Yeah,
this is
please
a
don't. But
that's
I have to
this
say, so far, I have some of the nicest fans. Like, everybody's really supportive and very cool.
that's good. That's good. So we're gonna jump into her IG for a minute here, and here she is. And these are nice pictures here. This is like right after the North Americans.
Yes, that was the day after.
Wow, nice suit. Ooh,
Thanks.
when you won, what was that feeling like when they told you were not IFB Pro?
It was almost unreal. You just, I was speechless. It was a very cool feeling, that I did this. I finally made it. This is what I've been asking for. This is what I've worked so hard for. Yeah, it was pretty emotional.
Yeah, and you won two pro cards, and both was in I think it was a 35 plus class, and the other
Yes,
one was for
40
uh
plus.
20 plus. So that's pretty good. I mean, here's the pictures here from a little video of her, winning her pro card, and impressive. Now I know Sadie Williams was the head judge at the show. What was her feedback? Because I know often competitors like that get the feedback from the judges about what they need to fix and critiques.
I had actually talked to Sandy a couple times. I did the Cal here in Anaheim last year, and I had the opportunity to speak with her at the Masters Nationals after that show too. And she had just said, keep hitting glutes. She said, just work on your posing and hitting glutes, and it's exactly what I did. And I think there was a big difference just in that 6 week period. And then I think, like I said, stepping up to physique showcased so much more. And after that show, I was able to talk to her again, and I thanked her. Like, it was really nice to have some feedback and be able to show that, hey, I'm listening. I'm here.
Yeah, Sandy's one of the top women in judging. I mean, and you also are a coach too, or
Yeah, I do all my own coaching, really. I had the opportunity to help one of my friends out. He was getting ready for his wedding, and it was really cute. We treated it like a show, but he wanted abs and he wanted to look great on the beach on his honeymoon, and that's what we did. So, other than that, it was just more like, hey, I work out at 5 a.m. You're welcome to come, and he kept showing up. He wanted it, which was awesome. But no, like I said, I am a personal trainer. I do online coaching. I know nutrition. I had a business of running meal prep, and it was all custom macro meals. So I do all of that on my own, and I'm happy to help people. I do have a very demanding job, so it doesn't leave me a whole lot of extra time, but it's definitely there. It's something I know and something I love to do.
well, it's a good. You found yourself, especially in sport of bodybuilding. It's found a passion for it and also a career out of it. I know a lot of
Mhm.
ladies who are personal trainers and coaches. And it's a sport where even though it's extreme, there's something about it you can learn from it. Even like some of your clients are most of your clients are probably people who just wellness and health reasons. Have you ever thought about maybe picking up any competitors for yourself in the future?
See, I call them the lifestyle clients, and I actually prefer the lifestyle clients. I don't necessarily want people that are competing because I'm competing. And like I said, my job is very demanding. I'm up at 3:45. I work out for at least 3 hours. I have to be at work at 9:30, and I work full days. Sometimes I'm not home till 11. So to have to put that effort into somebody else, and I don't ever want to feel like I'm letting anyone down. A lifestyle client, they just want to be happy and healthy and look good. But when it comes to competing, it's such a niche. You need to put so much effort into them also because that's their dream. You want to make sure they succeed. It's just really hard to do that at the same time.
Yeah, because it's a lot of work, to work. I know quite a few people who said it's easier to be your own coach than to coach somebody else
100%.
because you have to focus on what you're working on and your goals, and then it can be just here she is. She's having everybody has their favorite burger.
I love that picture.
I know. Yeah, I know. After that last show, you're hungry, you're starving, you're dehydrated, and you get to eat that last burger. Now, tell me, it's just something I often ask you. What's your favorite? If you ever have a favorite when especially you get your chance to do a little cheat meal, a little refeed.
I love, and I know it's going to have like mixed reviews, but I love Hawaiian pizza with jalapenos on it. That's my favorite. And I will eat an entire pizza to myself after a show. And I would like to have a giant thing, like maybe this size, of frozen yogurt. That's like, that's my meal.
Well, it's not no weird to somewhere I heard. Like I heard sushi, I heard this. I mean, everybody has things they like that really, this taste. Because you know what, food is an important part of a competitor's development, depending on the right foods. I remember one
Yes.
lady told me during the interview she had gelatos before a show. I remember one lady told me that she got a little tipsy before she got on stage.
Uh,
But yeah, but everybody finds the right things to help them in development. Like I said, you still do the prep thing, the food prep thing, or that's you
that's just
know
for myself now. Yeah, no, I cut off the company. I just, like I said, I got a new job and it's amazing. It's just very demanding and takes a lot of time and effort and hours. And I am a mom too, on top of all of it. So at least my kids
Mhm.
like my food. I'll cook for
Yeah,
them.
yeah. So what's your job? Well, how long you been doing that job?
I am a finance manager for the automotive industry. So I worked for Lexus for almost 20 years. I had a little stint at a Volvo dealer, and now I'm actually at a GMC Buick dealer, and it's fun. I really like this place. So a little shout out to Hardin Buick GMC in Anaheim.
You ever get a chance to test out the new vehicles come through? Say, yeah.
I think doing it so long, you don't really care about it anymore. You're like, oh, that's a cool new car. All right.
Yeah, I understand. Yeah, I used to have a couple of jobs when I was younger. I used to work at a textile. I worked at a gas station. I worked at strip club, and and you get used to like guys. I used to remember guys inside Georgia. You at the club all night with those girls. Hey, dude, it's not always the crack up as you be because sometimes if it's a good night, they're great, but if it's a bad night, it's not always sunshine or rainbow sun. Here I get here from my man Lawrence. Shout out to my man Lawrence. Says, "Congratulations on your pro card. You have amazing physique. By the way, Miss Talia. Thank you, brother.
Thank you.
Also, we have is here we have Dorian Reyes. He says, Talia, your positive energy and dedication is very inspiring. You rock. Wow,
Oh,
these
thank
guys.
you. Good. I'm glad.
Also, also, for my man Jedi says, so many amazing shoot pics of her. Wow. Telling you, you gotta be careful with these guys. They see these new folks. When we see our ladies all buffed up and shredded, they get so excited. They just don't know what to do themselves. They just, it's
It's
like it's like it's like it's like a dog chasing cars. They don't know what to do one and they get one. So it's a lot of work. Now, like I said, the training, the regiment, and you said that the thing that San Antonio you work on was your glutes. What you feel like is your strengths and weaknesses physically?
I love my arms, and it's kind of fun because at least I can wear short sleeves or no sleeves to work and show them off. And even my guys are hysterical bringing customers in. They're like, "She'll arm wrestle you for the warranty," So it kind of gets people going. It's just we all have fun together. We'll do push-up contests, so I can make them feel bad about themselves, and it's, it's just
Yeah.
fun though. We have a good time, and yeah, it is inspiring. I like to get people to feel better about themselves. Oh, I can do this. And oh, I don't have to sleep till 9 o'clock. I can get up earlier. I can just kind of put them in the right direction. And
Yeah, it's good. Did you bring puzzle back? Because, like I said, when doing this content, I often have laid telling stories how people view them with muscle. Because you're in California, and you can. It's not too cold right now. Y'all. It's probably I think maybe the low 50s, 60s, something like
yep.
that. Because I'm in down south. We're about like that too. We don't get too cold. Like we don't like every time off we might get a little flurry of snow, and everybody goes crazy and just you know buying milk and cheese and everything, and you got to stop. Hey, it's just half an inch. Anyplace else, it wouldn't blink an eye. But yeah, it's good that your friends and coworkers support you. Like I said again, people don't understand what it is to be, especially a woman in the sport.
Yeah.
How some people mistreat, like I know you say you have good supporters, but also there are people like I call the haters,
Yep.
like who make comments like, "Oh, she's trying to be a man." Guys, I'm right here looking at a beautiful lady right here. I don't know what manly you see. If she's a man, it's a pretty man. But the thing is, you're an athlete. You train, you work hard. And one thing I was like you just mentioned earlier, you are a mother. If that does not prove that she is not a man, what the hell is? You know, how old are your babies?
I have a 7 and 10-year-old.
It's still babies. Yeah, I know that you love their mom. And are they boys, girls? What's a mix of them?
My youngest is a little boy, my oldest is a girl. And she's she gets it more than he does. I had to kind of explain to him the sport, and because he likes football, so there's the minor league, there's the major league, just there's different leagues to each sport, and that's just kind of what we're working on over here. And my daughter, she started realizing that people stare. Mommy, he's looking at you. And I was like, you know what? They're going to. I don't look like other women, and that's okay. I don't want to. Like, I enjoy what I do, and it's I think aspiring to people.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I interviewed a lady a while back. Her name is Jamie. She is a teacher, and she's not a bodybuilder, but she does work out and train. And she, teaches children about how to use kettlebells and train and work out. Children are more open-minded and also more impressionable, and especially you're their mother. And one of my favorite quotes is from the movie Psycho: "A boy's best friend is his mother." And we, mine was mine was mine. And we support whatever y'all do. We can do no wrong. I know he probably when he gets older said my mom can out wrestle and beat your dad. So that's the thing. But like I said, that's a good thing that they love support you because most people don't understand what you are and what you are, who you do. um that's my man. Shout out to man Balls Deep says, "Good afternoon, gorgeous." He says, again, he says, "Chicago in here as usual." Also, he says, "Smash that like button. Thank you, brother. Appreciate that support." And also, he
cool.
says, his another quote, "Schmo gang, 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 gang," because I'm part of that gang, you know. And also he says this. He says, uh, "Peace and blessings, beautiful." So wow,
Thanks,
you
pal.
gotta be careful, Balls Deep. He's a mixed bag of nuts sometimes. So, like I said, when you're training, what's your regiment like? What's it like for you when you're working out during the week?
I'll go lift. And every day is a different body part, basically. I'll do 2 leg days, one quad focused, one hammy focused, glutes each time, though. I'll take one rest day, and then it's cardio right after. So,
Hmm.
and then get ready and go to work. It's kind of.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's a lot to do. I mean, and as you say, the glutes were your weakest point because you have to work on those, and
Hmm.
you have to work on your arms is the best part. But what's your favorite workout and the one you hate the most?
What I hate the most? I don't know. I don't really hate any of my workouts. I do enjoy workouts. I started doing it's a 50 set. So it's 25, 25. So it's a drop set. You do heavy 25 and then drop like half the weight to another lighter 25 and bust out 50, and I'll do four of those, and I'll do it the whole week. So like the third week of every month, I'll just do that for every exercise I'm used to doing. And I think it's put on quite a bit of muscle strength. I actually just hit a PR on Monday. I was very excited. I did 12 plates on the leg press for 12 reps. So that was impressive for me. I was very excited to keep hitting PRs. That's what I do. But at the same time, I don't try to do anything too heavy. I don't want to get hurt. I'm not a power lifter. I'm not trying to max out at 3 reps. I want to get it in and really build a muscle.
Yeah, because one thing is, it's always about what's the things you need to work with and things you need to fix. The training regimen is the most important part. Diet is the most important part. To be a complete athlete, you improve on your weaknesses and
Hmm.
strengthen your strengths. Here we get here from a man Jedi. He says, uh, you know, wait a second, my computer's a little slow. He says,
Oh,
her
thank you.
shoulders and biceps looks incredible right now. There you go, guys. You got your little flex. Be happy now, okay? So put away your tissue and your lotion. You'll be all right. you know, it's just like I said. We guys who follow the sport, especially for y'all ladies, we just like the guys coming here. They're just excited because we just at awe because it takes a lot. Not like I said, the sacrifice you have to make, time, money, your body, your life. I mean, not everybody can do what y'all do.
Which is true. I mean, it is life. I don't drink. I don't go out. I go work out and I go to work, and then like today I have to go pick up my kids from school, and then we hang out and do the things that we need to do, and it's it's the cycle, and that's okay. I'm okay with it because it's what I love. It's what I enjoy to do, and like I said, 2025 is gonna be fun. I want to leave no question that I did everything I was supposed to and could have done when I step on stage. So
Yeah, it's like anything. We go into this sport, you determined to do what you can do to really step up and show up. I mean, and to be on that stage again with some amazing people. Like, is there anybody that you follow that you're a big fan of in the sport?
not really. I know I should be better. I don't have a lot of time to do all this, but I've met some amazing women just from doing shows, which is cool. And we've stayed friends on Instagram, and we like message back and forth and do our memes and stuff. But as far as like following anyone specific, no, I unfortunately don't fangirl over anything. We'll see. Maybe
I
2025 will be
understand. Like,
different.
yeah, yeah. Everybody. Like I said, they have the different reasons why they love the sport, love the training. Sometimes you make bonds, later on when you are doing this because you meet somebody who shares common interests with you, and sometimes,
Yes.
sometimes some people don't click, But there's some people I'm just a fan of, just amazing women in sport, and some of them I've become friends over this time doing this content and have conversation. Let's talk about regular life, like just what we do for the holidays, or what's the plan for the year,
Like I
living
said,
like
I
regular
don't really
people. But
do
that's
a
what
whole
it is,
lot. It is. Like I said, I pick up
Yeah,
my kids from school. We're
I
gonna
can.
go to a dentist appointment. It's like I make my own food, and it's just kind of that's what it is. It's funny. Like my partner at work was gone over the Christmas week, so I worked all week. I only got Christmas Day off, so I only had half a day with my kids, which was sucked. But we made the best of it, and they said they had a great Christmas, which is the best part of it. So yeah, I just normal stuff. I go grocery shopping and tanning. That's about it.
Yeah. You sound like the remember that show Jersey Shore. You go gym, tanning,
Yeah,
and
for
work it
real.
out.
It is funny, but it's so true.
Yeah. Everybody has things they like to do. Like I said again, I've talked to ladies that sometimes when doing the sport, it's changed their life a bit because they have to change the things they used to do. Like I know ladies say, well, I don't go out like my friends like I used to, and I don't drink like I used to. I don't do this like I used to because this sport is very about it's again being consistent. and making those choices, a sacrifice, and investing your time in something that's important to yourself. Well, folks, what we're gonna do is this. She did an interview right after getting her pro card, and I'm gonna put the interview. You want to check it out? It's on NPC News Online. And you can go find it. And if you want, I can leave the link in the description. You want to watch it. But here we go. Here it is. Her interview. I'm gonna pull it up real quick.
Thanks.
Not a problem.
Talia. Did I get it right?
You got it right.
Not a train wreck. How does it feel to be an IFBB pro?
This is incredible. It's literally what I put so much hard work into for the last 3 years. Dedication, commitment, hours, just the time away from friends, family, kids. So it was hard for a lot of people to understand, but I did it. I really, really want to thank my coaches, my IFBB pro coaches, Terry Hairston, Kim Baby Doll Harris, and James Judge. I really couldn't have done this without them. But yeah, it's been an incredible journey.
Well, you walked away with 2 pro cards. So, wow. What an achievement.
I don't even know what to say. I'm floored. Yeah, this is really cool.
So what was the hardest part about this prep for you?
I think it was just the loss of time with people and not understanding what it was that I was trying to do. And I don't have a lot of family support behind this. So now that I did this, It feels really good.
Yeah. I will say it is a little difficult when you don't fully have your family's support. I dealt with that when I first started competing. My parents didn't really understand. And, they're like, oh, it's unhealthy, and you get the whole spiel. So it is a true personal accomplishment to walk away with you're finally an IFBB pro. It's
Yep, lit the fire, that's for sure.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna do this. So I did it. I'm very excited. I can't wait to compete on the pro stage.
I'm excited to see you on the pro stage. Congratulations again, and welcome to the IFBB. You're welcome. This is Skylar here with NPCNewsOnline.com signing out.
Again, congratulations.
Thank you.
It's like I said again, the sacrifices you had to make, especially, as you said, you have a lot of support from, families and friends, because that's the one thing about this bodybuilding, because people don't understand it. Because, it's not a mainstream sport compared to the others like football, basketball, baseball, even if you look at now, I remember when I was coming up, you used to catch bodybuilding on network television, NBC, ABC, ESPN used to show it. But now they're showing stuff like cornhole, pillow fighting. But bodybuilding is, because I think one reason mostly because of the use of steroids, performance enhancers. But it's in every sport. But it's so easy to pick on bodybuilding compared to the others.
Yeah, it's pretty sad. I don't get it. I think it's also people look at cornhole and go, oh, that's something I can do. Unfortunately, I think that's just what our nation is seeing now. They're making excuses, and it's justified. That's okay. It's okay to look like this. I don't know. I think it's interesting that we push health, but then it's not health. Healthcare is not healthcare at all. So
It's just be mediocre. That's pretty much it.
well, medicine is not designed to help you anymore. It's because you get yourself there with foods that you shouldn't be eating. Even the ingredients in our foods aren't the same as they are in Europe. They have stuff that's banned in half of our foods. So why are we still eating the same? So, unfortunately, it's an obese population, and it's getting worse and worse. And I think people just see that as the standard. And oh, like I said, cornhole, that's something I can do. I can go drink some beer and throw, baggies into a hole. It's just, I don't know. I feel like people don't want to apply themselves like they should.
Well, just to say this one thing was I know if I talk about my mom, I took care of her about 6 years, and food was a comfort. And then because she was sick, I was dealing with her stuff. And then when I realized I didn't have her to take care of, I had to realize to take care of myself. At one point, I keep talking. I mentioned this. I was almost 500 pounds.
Wow.
I was right now. I'm under 400, and I'm not perfect because some things like this afternoon I had a chili cheeseburger, you know, it's just I'm not gonna be like y'all guys, but I do try to eat smart. It was actually chicken, not beef, and that's
You're
good,
just making better choices. Exactly. So you've come down. I mean, that's awesome.
Yeah, it's hard work, and sometimes one thing is I love sweets. Italian. They be call, I'm like Pookie New Jack City. They be calling my name, man. Be calling me, but I give in. I give in. I know I give in. Here's this from my man. Lawrence says, "That's awesome. You've been doing auto story in 20 years. Yeah, I appreciate it, brother." It says also, my man, says, "You are sexy as swole as AF." Oh, yeah. Yeah. Also, he says, what's your favorite part to training? And I think she mentioned earlier that she's really just likes to train and work out and just really build her body, and just make those gains. 'Cause like I said, you're planning on
Exactly.
doing 2025. And like I said, big year, every year, just the opportunity to step on stage with some top elite competitors.
Exactly. Yeah, it'll be a good competition now. I know this is the big leagues. This is the pro league, so it's not going to be easy, but that's okay.
Yeah, yeah. Here a comment from a man, Lawrence says, I see amazing women with amazing physiques. That muscle helps us on the way, plus, especially when she's a mother who breathed like on this uh, planet. We would be here because these ladies, yeah, we love our mothers, Yeah, I miss
Mhm.
mine, she was my woman. And and also my man says flex for the ages. You just saw the flex earlier. Thank you, brother. We appreciate that. Also, haha balls leafy laughing at you. And says also he says a mother first before anything and all things that speaks volumes. Yeah, it's true. Because like I said again, I know there's times where you rather spend more time with your kids and just do things you want to do with them because they're still young, they're still
Yeah.
babies, might as well say.
Hmm.
But because this is a sport that you love, and I often said this, you have to love this sport because it's not as profitable, compared to other sports. You can't really make a living off of it unless you do, as I call them, the beat the meat websites. That's what they are, that,
Yep.
but but it's not for everybody. You
Hmm.
have to really understand what you get into this. But this is a sport that, it's extreme to it, but there are some benefits to it.
Yeah, I mean, the exposure is helping me, and like I said, hopefully I get a sponsor this year. But that's also why I'm up so early and I train so early because my kids are still sleeping, so I'm not missing out on time with them. And I think that's what a lot of people didn't understand. How can you do this over spending time with your kids? I'm not doing it over spending time with my kids. I push myself to get up early and make sure it's done so I can spend the time with my kids. So I think that's a big difference.
Yeah, you want to miss those precious memories, especially when they're still young. This is from Man Jedi says she's a fangirl of herself, rightfully so. Thank you, brother. He says. From man Stefan Priest, congratulations on your pro card. Thank you,
There you go.
Stefan. He says also. The man Lawrence says, I used to watch the show Jersey Shore in my high school years.
That's so funny.
Oh, you
I
make
know
me
you're
feel
this,
old.
right?
Oh, you make me feel old. That show came out. I think I was in my early 30s. Oh God.
I don't
Yeah.
remember. I know I watched it.
I think I think the cut up was Snooky. I mean, she was always the cut up. I mean, I think one person I didn't like that chick, Angela. I hate her guts. She's just a bitch.
It's
Uh,
just like, what are these people doing?
this is for a man. Does she feel like she proved her family wrong? So, like I said, like, are you like your family members, like your mother, father, brothers, sisters? Do they support you? Like I said earlier, they weren't very supportive of you getting into the sport.
It was just they didn't understand what I was trying to do. Like, why are you always doing this? What are you going to do now that you have your pro card? Like, why are you trying to get this? It was more of this is a this is a competition. I'm competing at a high level, like any other thing. Like they came out and supported while I was driving demolition derby car. What am I going to do with that? Nothing. It was for fun. So it was just, I think a lot of it not understanding why I spent so much time doing something I loved they didn't see it that way. And like I said before too, with like the whole kid thing, like my family, my extended family didn't know that I was getting up as early as I was and not missing the time with the kids. They thought I was doing it in lieu of, and they don't have to be mutually exclusive. I was doing my own thing before they're even up. So I don't know. I got a lot of flack for it, and just kind of made me feel bad. And I didn't have anybody come to any of my shows. Granted, a couple were in Pittsburgh, and that's I don't expect people to travel, but with my job, even prior to doing all this bodybuilding, it's very demanding. It's a lot of hours. It's off hours. I work nights. I work weekends. So as far as having that friend base, I don't go out. I don't hang out because of that. So I think also getting into this was okay. Now I can get up early. These people still aren't up early. I'm gonna go do something for myself. So it was just the off hour time of my job, and I was able to do something else too. So,
Mhm.
and then you
Yeah,
kind of
because
get your gym fam. So
yeah,
that's fun.
yeah, the people you work, your coach and your people at the gym. I know, like I said again, ladies told me that they lost friendships because people don't understand it. But then it's good when your family realize how much this means to you and they say, you know what, let's put my personal bias aside for the well-being of somebody who will love. I remember I talked to one lady, she's IFBB pro, and she told me that sometimes when she visits her parents, her dad would come to the show. She'd be excited. I don't
That's
know if I could be a dad watching my girl or walk around in a bikini, partly naked, and somebody looking at my daughter saying, "Yo, who's that? Who's that?" I said, "That's your daughter." Oh yeah, I said, "It'd be like we brought about a fight." But sometimes she said that her mom they wouldn't want to talk about it because she's from England, she's British, and it's
Mhm.
very traditional, very feminine, society over there in England. It's kind of borderline where you can go either way with it, but yeah, it's tough to see people that you love don't support you. They support you one thing, but not this. But once
Right.
they understand how much this means to you, and like I said again, put their own personal bias aside, I think it's a good thing. It
Yeah.
happens. Yeah. Um, this is for my man, Tony 97. Shout out to Tony. Congrats on amazing stage performance. Talia, you're my favorite IB pro. Can't wait to see you compete against. Are you in bulk now? Like I said, she's getting ready because she's planning on to compete this year.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, just right now, her and the coach are talking about what shows are available for it. Like she's in California. There's Arizona Pro, when it's just about towards the end of the year. That's part of the Rising Phoenix. Triple O, I know they don't have women's physique this year. Saw the Legion had dropped it, and there's Texas and several other shows. It's a great opportunity, but it's about when you feel like you and your coaches feel like you're ready.
Right. Yeah, I'll do check in next week, see where we're at. It's definitely a building phase. I don't like to call it bulking so much, but yeah, we are building, and it's not ready to cut for any show yet, just because nothing's on the books. But we'll get there.
Okay. Here we get here from a man, Jedi. Shot the Jedi. He says, she's spot on. Not everyone has what it takes to become a bodybuilder on or even hit the gym consistently.
Yeah,
And,
just
and my man Lawrence, he says, great interview. Appreciate that, brother. Thank you.
thank you.
Thank you. Support. Also, this is from man Tony says, just discovered about your calendar. I'm willing to pay $100. It's to be autographed. Whoa. Hey, hey,
DM
hey,
me, we'll
hey.
talk.
Yeah. Hey, like I said, Tony, you just got here. Her links are in the description of the live. If you're interested about doing this, because like I said, $100, hey, it may not be much, but it's enough to put a little drop in the bucket. Because like I said,
Yeah,
is
thank you for the
sponsorship.
support.
Yeah, sponsorship does help, for these ladies as they compete and they train, they work out, the cost. She's a mom with kids. She has responsibility. Even though she has a job, sometimes job can only do so much. But if you're someone out there interested in sponsoring her, reach out with genuine interest. Don't be that weird guy. Like, hey Talia, yeah, I saw your last show and I seen your pictures. You're really kind of buff. I can get a can. Yeah, no, stop that. Don't do that.
Please
You
don't.
post it. Yeah, you go. Dear Mrs. Fiege, we are so interested in you. We love your story, your passion. Um, this is what really represents women in the sport of bodybuilding. I mean, the work you put in, consistency. We work for a company. We like to help athletes achieve their goals. in their process. So if you are interested in being one of our ambassadors, brand ambassadors, we'll set everything up. Anything we want from you to see, you succeed. So if
That'd
there's
be
something that
amazing.
works with you, let us know.
Okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
let's talk.
Yeah. Sign the contract, baby. So, yeah. If I could do that, I would love to do that. I mean, like I said, my channel is just a small channel. And there's so many other guys like this guys like my man David Bryan over Female Body Channel, Female Body, or Female Body Forum, Female Body Channel, DD on the spot. My man KL, he usually be here sometimes. I think he's working today. We
Mhm.
love to spotlight you ladies because the fact is we're fans. And yes, I know my crime is I am a muscle purse schmuck. I'm not gonna be. I still have some nicks to work out, but during this process, I get to learn things that most people don't understand what it is to be a competitor or athlete in the sport.
Mhm. Yeah, no, it sounds like you have fun with what you do. That's for sure.
Yeah. Here we got here from a man. Lawrence says, "I'm just you too, George, but keep my health at the same time to be like these ladies, but it takes time and it's no rush. Yeah, it's nothing to rush
No,
about.
no
And
kidding. I've been
also,
building for
yeah,
7 years.
yeah. Also says, everyone here, I hope you have a great new year, continuing to be consistent and on yourself and your journey. Oh, appreciate that, brother. Also, here's my man Tony 970 says, yes, 100% willing to support Talia. I will DM you right
Thank
now.
you.
You better check your DMs
Awesome.
later. We don't hold you long. Also, we have here a man, Jedi says, is this the first podcast she's done?
Actually,
So,
yeah,
so I'm your first time.
you are.
I remember one time I was interviewing a lady. Her name's Marie. She's a pro, and she told me I was her first podcast. It's just we say you're your first time. You just get so excited. Just sometimes you just get so excited. It just makes you so It just I'm just a agent of chaos. Stallion. I just love dynamite gasoline. Oh, I tell you before I leave, I want to tell you something. You are beautiful.
Oh, thank you.
I'm sorry about him.
Funny.
I can't. I don't. I gotta see a specialist. I got to. I mean, but anyway. But, ma'am, we won't hold you much too longer, and we do appreciate your time you're giving you. I know you're a busy lady, working, training, taking care of babies. Just really being an example what it is to be an athlete in the sport about me. And now you have the luxury, the pleasure of being IFB pro. I keep saying this. I think there should be more benefits to it, not just like the IPP should take care of your athletes. We don't come see the coaches. We don't come see the trainers. We don't come see the promoters. We don't come see the judges. We come see y'all. And I think
Right.
there should be more benefits to it, like little things that help y'all along the way. Because you know what? If it wasn't for people like yourself who come to the sport, who found a passion for it, and who love what they're doing, no one really comes. No one really want to pay attention. But it wouldn't be anything.
Right.
Who's one? It just wouldn't be.
No, for sure. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Like I said, I've been training to do this for so long. It just decided to finally do it. It's not like I thought, oh, I'm going to be a bodybuilder and then just start. It doesn't work like that. You have to love what you do for sure.
Yeah, because like I said, it's a process, and it's a process that you have to understand. And once you understand fully what's involved in it, then like people, I hear people say you can trust it, but you don't trust anything without understanding what's it about, what's the work that's involved in it, the training, the regimen, the diet. I know the times where when your kids are at home, they're eating their stuff. You can't eat what they eat because they might eat macaroni cheese and chicken nuggets, but you got to eat quinoa and fish, or you have the rice and broccoli, and or like a 10-ounce steak.
Yeah,
Just it's part of you building your muscle. You don't eat for the pleasure. You eat to grow and to build.
true. Thankfully, I know flavors and I know how to cook. So that's been very helpful. And I actually got a very cute compliment from my 7-year-old. We went to Mastro's for my celebration dinner and we ordered the sides. One of them was Brussels sprouts. And he says, Mommy, I like your Brussels sprouts better than theirs. So,
It'll take much to impress a kid. It don't take much.
but still, to have
uh,
a 7-year-old eating greens in the first place is kind of is a win for me. So Yeah,
That's good because
I like that they know how to eat and they like the food that I eat and they're used to it. I've been doing it for years, so
that's good because you know what? I can tell you the truth. Yeah, I ate some of the bad stuff growing up, but still, I try to eat a little smarter now. But it's just the thing is temptations out there. But we have here a comment from my man Jedi says, "Will she show her favorite bodybuilding pose?" No, right now she's sitting here talking to me.
no, I'm the
So
reptile.
she does enough posing. That's why I don't ask for poses because you do that do a training regimen. They get tired of doing it. I know you guys want to see it because it excites you guys. Because hey, Talia, there's an old smoke saying, "When your ladies rock hard, we'll rock hard." But that's just saying. I mean, But also, this is from my man Lawrence. He says, "Everyone be blessed, Miss Talia. It it's a pleasure listening to you all and everyone on the chat as well. Thank you, brother. Appreciate
Thank
that.
you.
That's my man. That's my man.
Awesome.
Lawrence Perkins shot to you. So before we let you go, what would you want out of bodybuilding for yourself as a whole?
Just continue doing what I'm doing, see where it takes me. Like I said, I do it because I enjoy it. And obviously, yes, finding a sponsor this year is my goal, just so I can continue doing it even more just because of the expense. But just see where this year takes me. It's going to be fun.
Well, like I said, this is a sport about. It's not a race. It's a marathon. When I learn with bodybuilding, and like I said, if you're not ready for this year, it's always next year. I know ladies who set out 2 or 3 years and they finally make their pro debuts. I know ladies who left the sport, came back. I know one lady, she's a friend of mine. She went off, had kids, got married, came back, started competing again. You
Yeah,
know, it's a sport that you have to have passion for it. But like I said
definitely.
again, life is important. You should enjoy
Hmm.
your life. And like I said again, if you want to step away for a minute and do what you need to do, it's gonna be here whenever you're ready. It's
Exactly.
just yeah.
But this is what I
So
love to do. So, no, I'm hitting the ground running.
yeah, like one of my favorite fighters, Mike Tyson said, "You just love to fight. You just like you just love to bust people up, and you gotta love what you do. But like it's just this is a sport that I think, like I said, I've been a fan of a long time, and doing this content and talking to you ladies, like that's why I focus mostly on you ladies because everybody's gonna pay attention to the guys, and then everybody looking at the TNA divisions, but y'all women in physique, bodybuilding, even figure, y'all work hard and y'all truly are dedicated. I would say because most of the division is women's body. Now you're adding the new model thing. You know, most of the thing is y'all women because y'all are the backbone. Yes, the guys are the men's division like open. They're the bottom bitch. Excuse my language. That's what they are. But because they bring in the money and attention.
Yeah.
But it wasn't
So
for people
that's
like yourself who love the sport. Who got your boots to the ground, 10 toes down, and compete and come into the stage and really put yourself out there. We wouldn't have bodybuilding.
just true. Yeah, absolutely. And it's fun.
Yeah, it's fun. It's fun. Now, I don't know if I can eat, what y'all eat. I could not be too. I'd be acting like,
That's, I think, what I get the most comments on. Like, how do you eat like that? And even at work, people are like, "You eating again?" I'm all, "Did you expect anything else?" It's like every 2.5 hours. I know what time it is. I have my meals ready to go. Pull it out of my fridge and just.
and then you work for a company where sometimes it's like I remember when I used to work at my textile place. We always have a little thing for Christmas or Thanksgiving, and you can't eat what they eat because you're on
Mhm.
your prep, you're on your diet. You see them cooking ham and turkey and pumpkin pie and cakes, and I can't eat that. So you go up the corner eating your fish and your quinoa and your broccoli and your chicken, and because you're determined about making your goals come true
Yeah.
to achieve, well, especially the biggest stage in bodybuilding is the Olympia to
Hmm.
get there someday. I mean, there's also the Masters Olympia coming up. That's another great show.
Uh-huh.
You have to be, and there's just a goal for anybody. If you're
Yeah.
willing to achieve that goal, it doesn't hurt to make the little sacrifices in your life for those goals.
Exactly. And it doesn't bother me. It's what it takes. So that's what you do,
Yeah, like Rocky Balboa would say like this: It's not matter how hard you can hit; it's how hard you take the hits and keep moving forward.
which is
That's how
true.
winning is done.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're gonna let you go, ma'am. So you have anybody you want to shout out before we let you go?
I just want to thank my coaches, you know, Kim, Terry, James. They've been amazing to me.
Mhm. And your babies?
My babies, yes.
Can't forget them babies.
Hopefully they'll show up to the pro debut. We'll see how this goes, but yeah, I think they're still a little young to really completely understand. And I'm a little worried they might be bored. Like I'm only on stage for a few seconds, so
Yeah. But like I said, you can watch it on live stream whenever you ever do the show, and like I said, children, as always, we love our parents no matter what. Be it, and especially us boys, we love our mothers. Y'all are our first loves. Wives and girlfriends come and go, but when you lose a mother, you can never replace her.
yeah, I think it'll be fun when he's starting to actually play football and can hit the gym with me.
Yeah, he'll be your training partner. Yeah, maybe in the future
Exactly.
you see him, or your daughter might get into the sport. You never
Yeah,
know.
that'd be awesome.
Yeah, well, folks, we'd like to appreciate the lovely Mrs. Fiege, Miss Fiege for coming through and for sharing her story. We wish
Thanks
her
for
best of luck for 2025. Whenever she's ready, I'll be happy to have you back and share.
that'd be awesome.
What's yeah, you always like you ladies are always welcome guests. I enjoy talking to you ladies because as my other guy likes to say, sometimes it's you complete me. He has to always come in and take the last word, don't you? But I want to shout out my guests for coming through, my man Jedi, 2097, Lawrence Perkins, Stephen Prey, Balls Deep. All you who watch this video, share, comment, subscribe, follow on social media platform. Like I said, the links you want to follow Talia is in the description of this live stream. Support her. And also, again, if you are someone who is a sponsor and interested, if it's something that really supports her and nothing to, guys, know what I'm talking about, reach out with genuine interest and support. I keep saying this, guys, you get more with a silk glove than an iron fist. I know what you're doing with that iron fist. So, yeah. So, ma'am, thank you. I appreciate for your time
Thank you.
and best of luck.
Thank you very
Yeah,
much.
not a problem, not a problem. So, folks, this is Mallory Joy Page, aka the Emperor of Female Body Talk. Don't like, subscribe. Have a good rest of the weekend and Happy New Year.